Creative or confining? That is the big question about music theory. Some guitarists swear it kills creativity. Others say it's the secret to unlocking it. In this video, I'm going to show you why theory can actually make you more creative and how to use it without feeling boxed in. So reason number one, is that you just get more options. Again, a lot of people think it just boxes you in and makes you sound just like everybody else or sound very just predictable or something. But I actually think that it really gives you more options, more tools, and really sharpens your ear by learning a lot of theory. And Ricardo, a student who took my Guitar Theory Toolbox course, he said that he came from a metal and rock background, but now he understands triads and linking chords with scales, and he's playing much more musical than ever before. So it really kind of makes you a lot more musical and really opens things up. Reason number two is that it teaches you what you like. So, for instance, I like this sound right here, right? And, I used to hear that and be like, I love that. I didn't know what it was. And then I learned that that is sixth. It's a particular interval, and it's called a sixth. It's just the distance between two notes. And you can have smaller ones, like here's a third, this is a sixth. And it's a big sound, wide open sound. I love that sound. And now that I know what it is and how to apply it to the guitar and apply it in different musical situations, I can then use it. Not only do I hear it, and I'm like, oh, right away I know that's six. So I was gonna say it takes the mystery out of things. Unfortunately it does a little bit, but then I know what's going on, and then I can kind of use that in my own playing a lot better, though, is the bright side of it. And once you know it, you can kind of start using it on purpose in how you improvise or how you write music or improvise solos, things like that, And, if you want a quick way to visualize and use theory concepts right away, you can grab my free Cage cheat sheet. I will put a link down below to it. Now, reason number three is that theory is a language. And of course, you can learn to speak and listen, write, read languages without knowing really what's going on. But if you do understand a little bit of the grammar and how to kind of communicate effectively, it makes it a whole lot easier. So without theory, yeah, it's still possible, but you have, limited clarity and nuance. And with theory, you can say not only a whole lot more and a lot better, but you understand the why behind things. So you, again, are much more deliberate in how you say things musically. Reason number four is that it is a practical creativity booster. Now, say we took an example like the key of A, right? We did a 1-4-5, a little more theory, right? What that is. If you understand that, how you can learn songs real fast by understanding 1-4-5 and even beyond that 2-3-6 and things like that. But it's a whole other topic. But say we just did that A, D, E, and I just took a major pentatonic scale. So A major pentatonic scale, play it around like this, just improvise a solo. Okay, it sounds pretty typical. Sounds okay. Now, what if I do something just super simple like this? You can hear the chords being outlined, even though I wasn't playing chords, nobody's playing chords, but you can hear because I knew my theory, I knew how to outline the chords, and it made things much more melodic, So it just really boosts your creativity and makes things more musical by knowing just even a little theory, like knowing chord tones. So reason number five to learn some theory is that one idea equals many paths. So again, if I just take that, major pentatonic example, if I knew things like intervals, like I mentioned before with sixth, right? If I, instead of just played up and down the scale, but I jumped around, which you can randomly do and not know what you're doing and just use your ear, sure. But if you really understand it, like, okay, I'm going from here to here, and that's a third, or here to here, and that's a fifth, you start to get to know how these sounds are. And then you can, again, take more control of what you're doing, and rather than just playing more typical up and down scales, you start, getting these different things that just give it a little bit more, just creative ideas, and maybe it makes it more melodic. It sparks, these different little melodic ideas within you, and you start to know what you like. Like, I like sixth. Maybe you hear this and you're like, oh, I really like that. Either played individually at the same time, and you just kind of like, yeah, figure it out. Sure, you like it, but if you understand, oh, that's a fourth. It's a perfect fourth, and that's why, you know, I like that sound. Not only what it is, but like, oh, I like it because of, it gives this more ambiguous, spacey sound than say a third. You know, you can start recreating that and making that part of your own sound, and rather than sounding boxed in, you can actually get more of your own identity by knowing what you like. And again, if you want that Cage cheat sheet that will kind of put together a lot of shapes and a lot of theory around chords and how scales interact together, check out the cheat sheet down below. So, you know, theory equals vocabulary, not rules. And it really expands your freedom of expression and can really help you narrow in your sound so you sound more like you and understand what it is you like. And understanding how, you know, theory shapes your solos, it can be a real game changer. But theory alone is not enough. Your ears need to be just as sharp. So check out this video next where I show you a powerful ear training approach and how it ties everything together for even better solos in particular.